Stadium in Kansas City. This is the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs taking on Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
It is still summer in the Midwest and a pleasant summer day as we are set for football at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, Missouri. The scene just a few moments ago, predictably loud and raucous here at Arrowhead as their beloved Chiefs took field, and they are set to match up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Bradley Pinion set to go. Boy, no shortage of intrigue in this one, and the Bucs and the Chiefs are underway from Kansas City. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here's the Chiefs offense for their first possession, and it's Patrick Mahomes at quarterback.
Well documented that he's the son of a former Major League pitcher, but Pat has always said that football has fired him up in a way that baseball just didn't. He always wanted to be a football player, still has the big arm that his father had, and he uses it to send the ball downfield in a big way.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. That's caught inside the 20. Oh, boy, you ain't got that. All the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 77 yards. And the Chiefs are going to take a first quarter lead. One play in the end zone on a long touchdown pass. You knew they wanted to get him involved. He's their go-to guy. First play, though, wow.
Yeah, and I remember when I was playing, something similar happened. I remember getting to the sideline, and my coach said, so what in a scouting report with circling him, putting a star by him, did you not
What'd you miss?
that he was a good player? And that's the question I would have for them now. You know, as you said, he's a go-to guy. How is he not covered? Now, I should say, covered well.
And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Tampa Bay coming out along with a man who needs no introduction, the great Tom Brady.
If you're the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and you have a chance to get Tom Brady, you take that opportunity, even though Jameis Winston is your quarterback last year, threw for over 5,100 yards, but he also threw 30 interceptions. Tom Brady threw just 8 in New England last season. They figured that can be the difference to get that team into the playoffs and maybe back to the Super Bowl.
Throwing on first down is Brady. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to LaShawn McCoy, and that'll bring up second down.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Brady will try again on second down. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
A gain of 6.
We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown in the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up. Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone, and there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Mecole Hardman, Pro Bowler last year as a rookie, is deep for KC. Hardman on the return. A good head-down running on the return. Gets about 15 yards. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. The defending champs heading back out. And the Chiefs, of course, 12-4 last year. Expected to be the favorites to win the AFC West for a 5th straight season. Now, Charles, look, we know how difficult it is to repeat in the NFL as Super Bowl champs. What kind of chances do you give KC of doing so?
Well, let's start with the pessimism, right? Because no one has repeated in the NFL as Super Bowl champs since the Patriots in 2003-2004. Well, let's quickly get to the optimism. Patrick Mahomes is back at quarterback and has his new big-time contract. Don't forget Clyde Edwards-Helaire coming from LSU, the runner. They really think he's going to be valuable from day one. And the defense got better throughout the season last year and really played well in the playoffs, led by Chris Jones. So if you want to beat this team,
down the numbers. There he goes. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Patrick Mahomes with his 2nd touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. Not even 2 minutes into this football game, already we've had 2 scores.
You know how much I like to read about teams of old, right? The teams of yesteryear. There were some teams that were known as the point-a-minute teams. Well, obviously in a 60-minute game, that's 60-plus points. But 2 touchdowns in the first 2 minutes? My calculator doesn't operate that way.
And now on the other side, they better wake up. They haven't even gotten off the bus yet. And he's able to put it through. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And a long run into the end zone, and what a run it was.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as these guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Well, the Buccaneer offense heading out, and I guess you'd say, Charles, for them, well, not much going on in Tampa Bay in the offseason, just quietly going under the radar. Well, not really. I mean, Tom Brady, the story of the offseason, trying to turn around a franchise coming off a 7-9 finish that has now missed the playoffs 12 straight years.
And is there a team that you know in this league that went 7-9 last year that has such star power? You just mentioned Brady, of course. Bruce Arians is their head coach. He's a rock star. They added Rob Gronkowski at tight end. You've got Mike Evans and Chris Godwin out wide catching the football. Then the defensive side, well, Shaq Barrett led the league in sacks last year. And Jason Pierre-Paul, JPP, he didn't play a full season and nearly had double-digit sacks. If that defense plays really well, yes, they'll want to tamp down expectations, but they will contend for a division and possibly a Super Bowl berth.
And that Super Bowl, of course, remember, will be in Tampa this season. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Brady. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. 3rd down here. The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. And he finds Gronk. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Buccaneers, nothing.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 49-yard line. They go back to the ground with Jones. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Damian Wilson in on the stop.
2nd and 10. At the Chiefs.
They'll keep it on the ground with McCoy this time. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. From midfield, here's Brady. They'll find Miller. That's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
Tampa Bay.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game the play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Brady to throw. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Well, whenever you talk about players that really broke out in the 2019 season, you better add Chris Godwin to that list. Over 1,300 yards receiving, 9 touchdowns. He was 2nd among receivers last season receiving yards per game at 95. This guy combines great body control, excellent strength, and terrific route running ability to become a really big downfield threat.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. Now Ryan Suckup will come on and try the field goal. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
Buccaneers 3.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
They juked him, runs through the contact. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Take over 1st and 10. At their own 23.
The KC offense and Clyde Edwards-Helaire getting the ball back here. On 1st down, Mahomes. That one complete to Hill. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
It's caught at the 10. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Chiefs are able to extend their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Butker on for the PAT. And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. And he gets in. And no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead.
All right, partner, one more time. Our whole lives, you put the ball on the 3-yard line, kick the extra point. 2015, they put it on the 15 to kick the extra point. 2016, they said, we're leaving it there. So if you want to fake it, that's a long way to go. And they got it done.
I was going to say they had a 15-yard play in their back pocket.
You don't see that on too many play sheets, do you?
No. From the 6. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Tampa Bay offense and Ronald Jones leading him out. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. And an incomplete pass. And that'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Brings up
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. This for its running back, McCoy. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. 2nd and 10. Brady to throw again. And now a fumble. Brady loses the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. He's at the 40. 20. 10. And he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. Butker now to add the extra point. And that will bump the lead up to 26. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Return. The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it myself.
Right now, under 100 yards of total offense. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. To throw again on 2nd down. Brady. And the Chiefs are going to get him. The big money man, Chris Jones, getting in there to bring him to the ground.
It's third down. 3rd and 13.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one is maybe not exactly in the bag yet, but there is definitely a big mountain to climb in this third quarter. The teams are already back out there, so let's not waste any time as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
So after a very one-sided first half, what will the second half bring as we are back underway on EA Sports? And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start the third quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Big O.J. Howard, his intended target. But it's going to be second down. Third quarter action from Kansas City. Second down and 10. Throwing again. Brady into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
Here's Edwards-Helaire. And they'll get this down to the 10. Sets him up nicely. First and goal. It was a pickup of 14. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the two tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out in the running game.
So not quite a first and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They'll run with Edwards-Helaire. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On second down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
The ball carrier.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
I'm going to show you.
And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Chiefs use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
And mobile quarterbacks continue to populate the NFL. And Patrick Mahomes, he's certainly mobile, but that hasn't been his stock in trade for much of his career. But we did see him get into the end zone a couple of times in the playoffs last year, and he was a leading rusher for Kansas City for much of those. 27-yard scramble for a touchdown in the AFC title game. And, of course, he scored the first touchdown in last year's Super Bowl.
Butker on for the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was all capped by Patrick Mahomes using his legs to get in the end zone.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards, a 1st down.
Good catch there by Mike Evans, and his ability to get downfield and create big plays is something that Tom Brady hasn't had on the perimeter in the last few seasons. Mike Evans often fools defenders with his speed because he's so long. People think he can't be that fast, but he is, and combines it with terrific hands and makes big catches.
Single, slot.
Brady going to fake the give to Jones and set up to throw. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. And that's Alex Okafor who gets in to register the sack. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
So a tough road here on 2nd and very long. From the gun, Brady toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Looking for his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.